What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, a bit of a dark topic to cover today, something that's been on my mind for the past few weeks, especially with the rumors of the recent cancellation of Earthspark after Season 2 is released. We don't know for sure yet, but it seems like it's going to be pretty certain based off of the ratings and the low toy sales. And it's got me thinking, why can't we just get a Transformers show that performs well and a Transformers show that actually has a good forward-thinking story? Now, I know there's a lot of you out there that do at least like Earthspark. I was about to say love, but there's a lot of you out there that at least like Earthspark, and there's some of you out there that do love the show, which is fine. That's your opinion to have. If you love the show, more power to you. But in my opinion, and I know there's a ton of other Transformers fans out there that agree with me, this show is just the latest in the long line, if you will, the past 10 or so years of Transformers cartoons that really bring nothing exciting, good, or different to the table that really warrants, wasting your time watching it, honestly. I think there's good ideas going on in Earthspark, but just the execution and the same old characters we've been getting in these shows and other forms of media like the comic books and now recently with the movies the past 10 or so years. It's just so old and boring. It doesn't even motivate me to watch the cartoon. Like, there's a new season that I'm pretty sure that's out, and I literally have no desire to watch it because I know it's just going to be the same old crap. Now, I know they do bring in new elements like the Terrans. There are a couple new story elements here and there, but still, it's the same story beats. The Transformers trying to survive on Earth, trying to find a vehicle mode, trying to do this, trying to do that. Why don't we get a Transformer show that's not on Earth? Why don't we get a Transformer show that focuses entirely on a new faction? It doesn't have to be a newly created faction like the Terrans. It could be the Predacons, Maximals, the Technobots, Combiners, whatever you want to do. Like, there's so many other factions out there in the Transformers universe that I can't even think of off the top of my head that they could focus a whole toy line and story and cartoon on that would actually be pretty cool and do pretty well probably with little kids and Transformers collectors like you watching this video. But Hasbro just seems to not want to do that, or at least focus mainly on that sort of perspective of Transformers, giving us a brand new story with all brand new characters. That seems to be long and gone. The days of getting a Transformers animated, a new design for Megatron every year during the Unicron trilogy, those days are over. It's not 2007 anymore. We're going to be getting the same G1 design of Megatron and Optimus in every form of media. It's ridiculous. Like, just think about that. Optimus and Megatron basically look the same throughout all forms of media right now in Transformers. There's almost no variation compared to back how it was, 15, 20, 10 years ago. There was variation in the designs and what you could get out of these characters throughout the iterations, from the IDW comics to the movies to the cartoons. They did not look 100% the same. Now, you can argue they don't look 100% the same here either in 2024 when you compare it to Earthspark, the Skybound comics, and the movies, but it's generally the same design. If you compare the silhouettes of all the designs of Optimus, Megatron, and Bumblebee, and even some other characters, like, they're basically the same type of design, just with different sculpted details within the same silhouette of the characters. Now, I think that's absolutely ridiculous, because if you look back how it was before, 10, 15, 20 years ago, Megatron, if you compare all the silhouettes from the movies to Prime, or if you want to use animated or the Unicron trilogy, and whatever iteration of the IDW comics you want to use, whether it's Stealth Bomber or Lost Light Megatron, there were major differences in the overall design and not just the sculpted and painted details within the same silhouette of the design, if you can get what I'm saying. I just think Hasbro needs to hone in on what audience they want to market to and stop it with the silly games of trying to nostalgia bait with the same old G1 crap and G1 designs. Now, I know there's a lot of you out there that absolutely obsess over G1, even if you didn't even grow up in that era. If you're around my age, Gen Z, or even a millennial, you probably are in love with G1 and obsessed with it and want to see it in every form of media possible, which is fine. That's your opinion. Have more power to you. But there are other avenues of Transformers, especially for our generation, that deserve to have new stories, basically. And I'm not saying to rehash animated Beast Wars or Prime, but just something that feels refreshing to the average Transformers fan, and even to the average child, most importantly, because this is how these cartoons are marketed and how Hasbro wants to make a lot of their money. You know, we got the collector-based line like Generations and Studio Series, and then you have more of the kids-based stuff, such as whatever recent cartoon pick the year that Hasbro is trying to navigate to for children. And right now it's EarthSpark, and EarthSpark is doing terrible. That's just the fact. The toys aren't selling. They're sitting at every store, basically. The reviews and ratings for EarthSpark are kind of down from what I've heard and seen, especially when you compare it to Cyberverse. That went on for, what, like 4 or 5 seasons? Now, I do want to say, I think Cyberverse was pretty good. Still not as great as something that I feel we deserve within the Transformers franchise, considering what kinds of stories Hasbro they can tell, what avenue they could go down with these characters. It's still very safe. RAD 2015, I thought, was a horrible sequel to Prime. They were just targeting the wrong audience with that completely. They needed to do what they did with Prime, but obviously just with the new story, and they didn't, and it was terrible. And obviously, arguably the last really good Transformers cartoon we got was Prime. It ended in, what, 2013, 2014? That's over 10 years ago now. And ever since then, it's just been crap after semi-mediocre decent show after crap. And I'm kind of sick of it, and I know a lot of you out there are sick of it as well. So hopefully Hasbro goes back to the drawing board a little bit here with whatever new cartoon they're cooking up that's going to drop at some point in the next year or two, probably. And just target the right Transformers audience, the right children that are actually going to watch this show and keep this show alive and going for at least a few years to come, and that actually want to get the toys. And you just got to market to the collectors as well, because we are the major audience of the cartoons in this new toy line as well. It's not just new children that Hasbro's trying to reel in to Transformers. It's also us collectors. Because if you look at it from a standpoint of, okay, you're a big Transformers fan, and it's a new cartoon coming out, you're going to watch it regardless, whether, no matter what audience it's targeted at, whether it's a 5-year-old or a 30-year-old. So we're still a major part of that. So they have to think about the collector-based Transformers fans and them bringing in a new generation of Transformers fans like the kids. And hopefully, whatever story they come up with is something good and something fresh that's going to breathe new life into the Transformers franchise, and that's going to keep people watching this show and keep people buying the toys. That's all we can hope for, and I hope Hasbro listens to the complaints that these newer cartoons have been getting over the years and finally lock in and give us something amazing like what they did with animated Beast Wars and Prime. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know down in the comments below below what y'all think about the current state of Transformers shows. Do you love what Hasbro's been putting out the past 10 years, or do you think it needs a lot of work like me? All my social medias are linked down below. My email is also linked down below if y'all want to hit me up about business inquiries, or if you want to message me about whatever, or if you want to subscribe to my new Patreon link down below. It's got tons of exclusive content that I won't see here on YouTube or anywhere else, such as exclusive stop motions, Transformers photography. You guys get 1 week access before everybody else here on YouTube to my stop motion films. You guys get exclusive music and music snippets from my stop motion films, Discord access, behind the scenes of projects I'm working on, such as dioramas, photography, stop motions, and videos. So if you guys want to help support me and help support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye!